Hey there, Adam LoDolce from sexyconfidence.com, where I help the 21st century woman create a love life that she absolutely freaking loves. And in this video right now, I'm going to be talking about the 5 things that you can't change in any man. Keep watching. Now, there's a famous basketball coach from the Celtics, go Celts, named Red Auerbach, and he had a very famous quote that said, "You can't teach tall." And what he's saying is, look, there are just some things that you just can't change about a player. And just like I'm never going to be an NBA player, there are just some things that are really hard to change in a man that you're seeing. No matter how much you try, these things will not change. Now, as an obvious bonus point here, if you're dating a short guy, you can't change his height. Okay, so here are the 5 things you can't change in any man. Number 1, the wandering eye. Now, a study by Denver University found that if someone cheats once, then the likelihood that he's gonna cheat again, or that person's gonna cheat again, is 3 times that of someone who has never cheated. So cheat on me once, shame on you. Cheat on me twice, shame on me. It's really difficult to bounce back from cheating, and quite frankly, if he's a cheater once, he's probably gonna do it again. Number 2 is his temperament. Relax. Stop relaxing so much. Stop relaxing. Look, in many ways, we are just born with our temperament. Maybe you're with a guy who's super anxious. Maybe you're with a guy who's super lazy. Maybe you're with a guy who is a little bit loud. Maybe you're a guy who's a little soft. These are the types of things that you can't necessarily change in a person. It's either you enjoy being with that person, you enjoy spending time with them, or you don't. And if you don't, then stop trying to change them, move on, find someone new. Number 3 is his abusive or controlling nature. Look, if he's emotionally or certainly physically abusive, you gotta leave now. He can't change. He's gonna try, he's gonna work on it, but real men want women to be their best selves, not try to knock them down figuratively or literally to make themselves feel better. If you're in any type of emotional or certainly physically abusive relationship, you need to leave now, move on before it does certainly emotional damage or certainly even physical damage. You gotta leave that. And if you need help with that, we're gonna leave some resources there in the links that are gonna help you to be able to get out of the relationship and find a healthy place for yourself. Number 4 is his thoughts on marriage and children. If he doesn't wanna have kids and you do, you gotta listen to him. Unfortunately, if that's the case, then you're just incompatible with one another. You have different values. Don't waste your best years trying to change a man who's not planning on changing. Because if you wake up at 45 with no kids and the same guy, and you blame that guy for not having kids, then you are in the wrong. He told you from the very beginning that he didn't want to have kids. He was open with you about that. You gotta listen to him, and if that's something that you want, then stop trying to force it on him. You gotta have that courage and that discipline to be able to move on, find something that really does work for you and your lifestyle and your goals. And number 5 is his family and his upbringing. Are you dating a mama's boy, or does he have a sister that absolutely drives you crazy? Well, at the end of the day, you gotta accept it. Family is not something that we can necessarily choose. And if he has someone in his life or his family is a little bit offbeat, or maybe he has some insecurities about where he came from, those are things that he can't change. They're hard ingrained in who he is, his upbringing, and also these are the people that he'll almost definitely have to surround himself with. So accept it and don't always try to change it, because you know what? Probably not gonna change. Now, here's the thing. As I was creating this video, I realized that a lot of people say that you can't change anything about your partner. And I think that's very cliche advice, because I actually disagree. I do think that although the past 5 things I mentioned are not things you can change, I think that you can change certain things about a person if they are open-minded to change and improvement. That person, of course, has to be adaptable to change. Because a woman can't change a man because she loves him, but a man can change himself because he loves her. So as a bonus to you in this video, I want to include some things that I do believe are changeable in someone, if of course you're with a person who is open-minded. First one is you can teach someone to cater to your needs. By expressing why those needs are actually important to you and why they are emotionally important to you, then he's going to be so much more likely to meet those needs than if he doesn't even understand why they're important. For example, if you feel special when he cooks you Sunday dinner, then you know what? Tell him that it makes you feel really special. He's going to suddenly understand that's why you want him to do that, and you know what? He's going to be so much more likely to do it. Next, you can teach someone how to communicate better. If he has trouble communicating his emotions, you can coach him on it a little bit. Are you frustrated that I said you'll never be an NBA player? Or the fact that you'll never be an NBA player? And finally, you can teach him how a great relationship works. Now, maybe he's never had a great relationship, and maybe he's never had a great role model in his life to show him the best way to be in a relationship. But as you get to know each other, as you go along in this relationship, there are critical moments where you can set your boundaries and let him know what is appropriate and what is inappropriate in a great, healthy relationship. And so long as you're with the right type of open-minded person, then you know what? Suddenly you can create change. So I hope you found all of this really useful, and I want to ask you, have you ever tried to change a boyfriend or a husband? How did it go? Leave a comment right there below. And also, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like on YouTube, and also don't forget to subscribe on YouTube for more videos just like this every single week. And finally, if you want a ton of resources that are gonna help you through every single stage of dating, relationships, and love, don't forget to click right here or head on over to sexyconfidence.com, where I'm gonna be able to help you with everything you need from stage A to stage Z of relationships. Thank you again, and I'll speak to you next week.